Mr. Yip Hon Weng.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, the Gambling Duties Bill is introduced with the intentions of improving the consistency of tax administration and enforcement across gambling-related taxes. With the unprecedented rollout of various assistance schemes, free vaccination drives, and increased healthcare burden amidst the COVID-19 pandemic, many Singaporeans have come to acknowledge the importance of having adequate government revenue and savings in our reserves. There is also greater scrutiny of the government's fiscal policies on how monies are spent and on the sources of income. Detailed bookkeeping is thus paramount. It helps to minimize discrepancies and misappropriation of funds. It is part of good governance. I appreciate the details on short levying, erroneous funding, and overpayment in the various sections, as well as the recovering and refunding of shortfalls. I have 4 queries on the bill. First, Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, will the active detection and enforcement of actions against underpayments and other discrepancies require significantly more manpower and resources? How will the Ministry ensure that IRAS is able to cope with the additional responsibilities? How does IRAS fulfill the complex requirement of bookkeeping and following up with the discrepancies? Are there plans to deploy smart technology to support their operations? If so, are there safeguards to ensure that such information will only be used for the purposes of collection of gambling duties and that the data is not compromised? Second, Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, how will this bill affect Singapore's street retailers and vendors? My main concern is for the small-time vendors and franchisees who sell big sweep and lottery tickets in the heartlands. Would the amendments to the tax administration scheme require any action on their part? Can the Ministry clarify whether this tax is already incorporated into the costs that they incurred from obtaining the selling rights and tickets from Singapore pools? How will this affect them, especially with regards to their earnings? Third, Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, how much more revenue does IRAS project to earn following the bill implementation? Lastly, we need to be mindful of the costs involved as a result of the bill changes. A concern is that costs may be wasted on applications for assessment, reassessment of liability, and appeals based on similar facts from earlier cases. Furthermore, decisions and appeals made publicly available may allow appellants to discern whether to appeal if the said appellants are made aware of previous decisions and facts hitherto. As such, will information of the appeals and decisions by the Commissioner or the Minister be published and made publicly available? The bill is silent as to the cost against assessment, reassessment of liability, and appeal. In this connection, would consequence against the taxable person be necessary to prevent frivolous applications? Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, all these queries notwithstanding, I support the bill.